'99 to 2005 Ford Excursion. We're going to be putting this direct replacement hitch on today. Look how rusty that guy is. Look at this. It's rusted out. He went to pull his boat and it just went kerplunk. Alright, so it's my problem now. Let's get underneath of her. Alright, looks pretty simple, right? From the new one, 4 bolts. Not so simple. Alright, so we got our tank that's in the way, right? This metal guard over the fuel tank. Let me see if I can get a better view here. Spin around. There we go. It's kind of in the way of our bolts here. It's pretty solid too. We go to loosen this, some stuff might snap or break. It's so rusty here. I mean, just look at this rot. It's just peeling apart. So we got to get to those. We got to lower our tank guard just a little bit. If this part was as flexible as the rest of it, we could just take a pry bar to get to the ends of these. And what are those? Those are 18 or 19 millimeter. I think they're 18. 1, 2, 3, 4. They hold the hitch on. Hitch comes this way. Bada boom. That's what we're looking at. So, tank guard. We're not going to drop down all the way. We're just going to loosen the bolts. Those two in the back and a couple more up there. Let's get to it so we can get to those bolts right there. All right, underneath the back of the vehicle here. Let's see what we got. Got all 3 bolts out. 1, 2, 3. Then we got our 4th one. We got this like washer that's welded to the bottom of the hitch. And the bolt comes up or comes downward. So they wanted to put one downward into this for some reason. More support or more strength or something. I don't know. I don't like it. It's the only thing that makes the job hard. The instructions said to use an air chisel to shear it off or a grinder. All right, we're going to get this grinder in this spot that's about less than an inch. It's a little more than an inch. All right. How are we going to do that? I don't know. It's like, maybe it's as rusty as everything else, right? Maybe. Put an air chisel there. Start prying. Didn't do anything. Don't want to torch it off coming up this way because you got your plastic gas tank right back there. I don't like that either. Easiest way to take it off. I'm going to come in with the torch and just make a little hole here. Let's see how close I was with that angle. Pretty close. All right, we'll make a little hole right here. And the third option on the instructions was a 1/2-inch drill bit. And it gives an hour labor time. Okay, buddy. Like, for the whole job, you want to drill that out? You need to go to the hardware store and buy yourself a, 8 to 10-inch long 1/2-inch drill bit. Good luck getting started on it because the bolt actually pushes out further than the nut type thing. I don't know. All right. I'm going to blast a hole right here. Spray down some water inside there for safety, but just blast me a little hole right here. Don't like torching. We got a fire extinguisher. I don't like torching near gas tanks, but this one doesn't have any leaks. We should be all right to make a little hole here. I don't recommend it. I guess go out and buy yourself some drill bits. All right, let's go under the vehicle. We've got our old one out there. And I recommend using the drill, I guess, if you're not going to drop your fuel tank. I think dropping the fuel tank might have been easier. But this is what we got. We cut that one off right there. That's where I put the air chisel in, where it was just hanging on by a thread to kind of give it pressure to pop it off. There we go. We've got our plates. Your plates move around up in here, so you can move them. But they're really not that hard to retrieve and put back into place. But as you can see, if we go this route, we're only going to have 3 bolts holding our hitch on instead of 4 because this one is snapped off, drilled out, whatever you want to call it, cut off, whichever route you want to go. I wouldn't recommend using a torch anywhere near this rusty gas tank, that's for sure. There's a little spider on me or something. You can cut in with an angle grinder from the side. But drill's going to be the safest, I guess. Pain, but the safest. All right, here's our hardware kit that came with it. And it only came with 2 nuts, and the nuts only fit the square bolts. So like we got washers and new hardware, and those bolts are thicker, better bolts. And then it came with 2 plates. So I suppose it's missing some nuts or something. I don't know what I'm supposed to screw into because there's nothing on the new hitch. It doesn't make sense. I've read the instructions. It doesn't make sense. But anyways, they want us to fish these bolts in with this little wire it came with. This little fish wire. That's it all wrapped up. This is unwrapped. It's got a long thread on it, and bada boom, it threads onto the bolt. So we can actually fish at least one of these bolts up in here and use the other 3 original bolts to make up for that. I can actually get my finger or get my pick in through the side on this bolt. And this would, by the time I was done air chiseling, this whole bracket was all the way back here upside down. And it was so easy to flip with the pick. I mean, easier than I thought it'd be. It can't really go anywhere. It's got to stay inside the frame. And just retrieved it. This one fell down a few inches from vibrations. Just pushed it back up. Put my finger in there. And pushed it back up into place so the holes are lined up. So the only access you have without dropping the gas tank is coming all the way back here on the frame. Let's see if we can get a good look. There's your gas tank. Right by your shock, the frame is open right here. So we can feed our wire in with our bolt on it. So we feed the wire in until we see the wire, and then grab the wire with pliers and fish it through, boom, to replace one of them bolts, right? That, or I shove my long magnet in there and take these 2 plates out so I can grind this one down flat. And because this is going to be in the way, right? Yeah, that's going to be in the way. All right, so I mean, we could just retrieve them. Whatever we got to do to get 4 bolts in. Oh, not my best video, that's for sure. I don't like this. They put 1 bolt in upside down for strength, right? But this is the metal they make them out of. It actually snapped when he went to attach his boat trailer. It's ridiculous. All right, so this has to flip over. We already took the wiring off. He just unplugs from inside there. And we're gonna bolt it on the new one right there. I guess before we put it up, we'll put a zip screw in there or drill a hole or something. I don't know. Whatever we gotta do. All right, so we put this in the same location, and then we start jacking it up. Final thoughts on this project. It's a pain. I almost want to just drop the fuel tank, you know? All right, so the tongue was all rusted in there with our ball on it. Got it out with some heat and some hammers. Took a while. Wire wheeled it, greased it up, shoved it back in there. Good to go. So yeah, you almost just wanted to drop the fuel tank for this one. But we got her all done. We got her in there. Yeah, they got that 1 bolt. Just that 1 bolt going down in this way, you know, for strength. Well, you know, who cares about that when your hitches are going to rot out, right? OEM, that's original from the factory. All right, so that's basically everything. Expect it to be a pain. Almost, if I had to do this again, I'll probably go to the hardware store and get a brand new super long 1/2-inch drill bit, as well as a really long drill bit that's smaller to drill a pilot hole, to drill that one out. And as far as fishing those plates in, what a pain. You drop the fuel tank and you can actually get your hand in the rail. The rail's just like an L this way, but the fuel tank's blocking it on this side. So if you drop the fuel tank low enough, you'll be able to put the plates in, use all the new hardware. But of course our hardware kit didn't come with nuts for some reason. Somebody forgot to put them in the package. Whatever. Hope you have fun. See ya.